Okay, I think we're live here. Let me just make sure the stream's going up properly. If you're joining us, yes we are, perfect. If you are joining us just now, we are, oh I can hear myself, that's not good. There you go. We are 6 minutes into qualifying right now at the Tier 3 Mexican Grand Prix at the name of the track that escapes me right now, Autodromo the Hermano Rodriguez or something like that. It's something along those lines. But welcome to the ISRL Tier 3 round 9 of the season, and we've had a little bit of a lineup shakeup. We got some new drivers in today. We're looking at the likes of Dark L066 in the Williams, as well as you might have seen him reserve here before, but D-Mort's in the Renault. Both two new full-time drivers here in ISRL. They're making their full-time debut today, so we're going to see what they have, and so we're going to keep an eye on these two. In terms of weather, I got a little bit of a sneak peek here from Fallen Monkeys, whose screen's right next to me. It's going to be a dry qualifying session and a dry race until the end. We got some rain planned about 30 to 45 minutes at in the race, so it's very likely that we're going to finish on the intermediates or have favorable conditions towards the end of this Grand Prix. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see. I got Carter in the booth. And Carter, you just learned about the variable conditions. You just learned about these new drivers that we've had. Is there anything else that you think we need to keep an eye on today?
Well, I mean, first of all, if you want to combine those two, maybe we might want to look out for a little bit of chaos if everything comes to fruition here. I can't remember the last time. It certainly has been a while since we've seen Mexico. Some variable conditions, as you said, but it's going to throw a little bit of a mix into the work here. We've got a really good championship hunt just now, this hitting the halfway point of the season. So just leave it up to some rain and some new drivers to throw a little bit of chaos in there.
Yeah, we actually have. Oh, sorry. There you go. The tweet for the stream link wasn't posting. But we actually have a bit of a full grid today. We have 90 drivers on track right now. Let me find somebody who's on that. Let's go on board with Kloonberg F1. But yeah, we actually have a bit of a full grid. We actually have 20 drivers. One of them just joined a little bit late, so he's not going to be able to participate in qualifying. That's Craigo 82, who actually he's going to be a reserve today. He's going to make his full-time debut next week, so that's going to be another driver to keep a look out for. Carter, I just sent you a quick Discord message. If you could check that out, just so we can make sure Craigo is in the lobby. Now, in the race, let's see where we're shaping up at in terms of where this season's at, where these drivers are at. Championship standings, as it stands right now, Mivako has a 45-point lead over F1 Richie, and both of them, look at where they are, 1-2 right now in qualifying. F1 Richie 180 points in second place. Mivako's in first with 225. So if F1 Richie can win a race, or Mivako has another bad race, I can see that championship gap closing up dramatically. And it only takes a win for F1 Richie and a DNF for Mivako at some point between now and the end of the season for that gap to basically nullify itself. And let's not discount Catastrophic and Built and Matt, who, even though they are a little bit further back, Catastrophic's in third at 161 points, and Built and Matt's in fourth with 139. A couple of good races from either of those drivers, and they could get themselves right back into the hunt for the title.
Yeah, and Mivako just doesn't have to, get a DNF and score no points. We mention every week the new point system. Just finishing maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 positions ahead of your next rival is enough to significantly bring that gap down in the championship. But obviously with this track, it's going to be a little bit difficult. The Sector 2 into Sector 1 is very, very technical, especially here, looking at Kloonberg. Going Sector 3, getting a little bit of a traffic jam. He's trying to complete a lap. Wonder if that will cost him. Oh, look at that. The McLaren of either Yender or Aizen getting in his way as he crosses the line. Still goes sixth.
Yeah, missed that a bit there. I was on board with Built Matt trying to get my track map up, but I did flick over to see Yend, and I believe it was at the Maverick. Or no, that must have been Kloonberg. Close there. Yend trying to bounce back here in the McLaren. He's had a tough season so far. Where is he in the championship? Yeah, he's all the way down in 17th right now, 20 points. Joseph Cozy ahead of him in the Red Bull with 28. But I think he needs a good weekend here if he wants any chance at even finishing in the top 10 in terms of total championships. He's missed a few races. That has been a disadvantage for him, and I have to say it's probably why he's down in 17th right now. But yeah, Yend is going to be a driver I'm going to be on the lookout for. I think he's motivated to do better, and he's going to be out here attacking this circuit with everything he's got, aiming for that top 10 finish. I think that could give him a healthy championship boost.
Yeah, and it only takes one good result, and you want to be sure not to set the bar too high for yourself. That way you can make realistic goals and then keep moving your way on up the ladder.
Yeah, and there's nothing more demotivating than practicing and aiming for a certain finish and then finishing several positions down the grid. There's no worse feeling than when you're pulling up to the finish line on that last lap and you're aiming for a top 10 and you see a 15 in next to your position or something like that. So you got to be realistic with your expectations here in the Grand Prix, I think, and know what you're supposed to really aim for so that you can stay motivated, keep your head up through the season, and slowly pile on the good results. I think the two Alpha Tauris might be setting up for a DRS train here down the main straight. I'm not sure which one of these two is on a hot lap.
Like a Stunix may be on a hot lap. Nearly lost the car at the end of Sector 2.
They've both invalidated their lap. Yep, they have.
They did, yeah.
So they might start again. No, I think Astun's going to dive into the pits, not going to give his teammates some tow. Let's see, what is Chilmo going to do? Is Chilmo going to pull into the pits as well? He is. So either both making mistakes, opting to abort the lap, going again. There is 5 minutes left in qualifying, which isn't a bad idea. Or we caught them on their in lap there and hadn't realized what was happening. Let's see, that's Lucianok into the pits in a Ferrari. He's one of our reserve driver. He actually runs the ISRL Academy, and he did race with us in Tier 3 last season. So it's not unfamiliar territory for him. He's raced with us before, and he's done a decent job at it. But now he's off running his own league, the ISRL Academy, which actually this man right here, Demorts, graduated from, as well as guys that you may recognize like Built and Matt. As well as Marksmell, who's up into Tier 2 right now, and Dark, who actually, he's in pole right now, but he just won the Academy Championship, the Tier 1 Academy Championship, so clinched a win with 2 races to go, so he goes, well, you know what, I don't really have to defend my title over there if I can be racing over here, and hopped into the Williams seat.
Yeah, and then let alone put it on pole. Still got 4 minutes left, though. Anything can happen. Championship leader Myvaco's right behind him.
Yeah, and I think Dark isn't going to be having another go, unless. Oh, actually, he's in the pits already. He might be able to fit in another chance. There depends how many tires he's got left. Demort's coming around here to the final corners, well, set of corners rather. Looks like he's on a decent lap there. 115's coming out, but he's going to dive into the pits.
He
So
actually set that lap, the lap before he jumped from 8th to 4th.
Oh, there you go. So that must have been his in lap then. Azen just set his first lap. He's going to be diving into the pits too. Good lap from Azen there in 5th. And is that Joe Dimas we're seeing coming around? No, it is Fallen Monkeys onto the main straight.
Yep. I think he just finished a lap. He went up to 13th with the 116.5.
Yeah, I just peeked over and he's got no ERS fuel mix low, so I think he's just going right now. That must have been his last lap with 3 minutes to go. Man on that's flying right now, ISRL X fastest sector 1, And I see his teammate right behind him. I think Mivako might have given him a nice little cheeky toe down the main straight here. We're going to see if he can convert that into an actual competitive lap time here as he's going through the S. It's very important not to disqualify your lap. It's so easy to do it. But it looks like he's kept it nice and grounded. He's 2/10 up on his time. As of now, that puts him up into the top 10. He just has to keep it clean through the stadium section here, and easy to corner cut there. Yeah, he's doing good. Easy to lose the rear on the acceleration here. And as he gets to the line, exactly 10th. There you go, 59. So he improves by 4/10, I think. So good lap from ISRL X there. Is he going to... No, yeah, he's going to try to give his teammate a little bit of a toe, but I don't think going fast enough for that.
Yeah, it was a bit shocking to see that camera shot right there. But I think what's... a little bit of a damper for X that it took him 3 laps on the softs to do that, so going to be a little bit more worn than the rest of the
And I mean, it's also it's a disadvantage for him to start on that set of tires, one. But also, maybe you should have pitted for another set, because setting that lap in itself was a disadvantage because your tires are worn. He's already lost about 2-3 tenths purely from tire grip.
Yeah, and we're long past the opportunity to come back into the pits and get a quick change of tires. That will be his time.
Big moment from Mivako there coming out of the final S. Saw the rear of that car squirm around, wiggling, but he catches it, carries on there, just peeked over to the stream to get a replay of that. That was a good save.
Yeah,
that was a very good save from Mivako.
Fortunately, I don't think the game's going to like it too much. It's going to invalidate his lap. I think that's going to be it for. He's going to try and get one more in. Yeah, and I think he is. He's going to be able to get one more in. Good quick thinking there to slow down and get a good head start for the long straightaway.
Absolutely.
He's going to get another toe from the racing point.
There you go. So both Alfa Romeos. I was just making sure Billy heard that. Both Alfa Romeos opting to do multiple laps on their tires, but Mivako's going to invalidate. So that's not going to go anywhere. Apparently, I'm looking at the YouTube comments here. Apparently, the entire party chat wants to fight me. Party chat consisting of Stunik, Monkeys, Mo, and a few others. And listen, all I got to say, guys, is that I can't really hear you from down the order. Maybe if you qualified in the top 5, I'd consider your challenge. But until then, till then, I'm just gonna keep laughing. Scarlo is in our chat. He says can't run tonight because of PlayStation problems. That's all right. We got a reserve in for him in the Haas, and yeah, so hopefully he'll be back next week. Sorry, Sweet Crown, one of our Tier 1 drivers, just sent me a message that made me giggle a bit, but I think some of the Tier 3 drivers are turning against me. Oh, another big moment from Stunik, similar to what we saw in Mivako there.
Yeah.
Same corner as well, but he also did a good job catching it. And hopefully this praise earns me a couple of punches deducted from my fight. Save my face a little bit. Oh, never mind. That's a bad exit from Stunik. Get at me.
Keep going.
He hits the wall for good measure on the exit.
I don't know if that helped him any at all, but
I think
I can't remember hitting the wall.
Yeah, he did hit it after the start-finish line, but not something you want to do. Your mechanics aren't going to be too happy. But yeah, as we've done qualifying here, it's always a little bit tricky to commentate qualifying on the game, because it's not like in real life. They don't all come out at once, then you got this run down to the line in the final seconds of qualifying. A lot of these guys set their fastest lap halfway through the session, and then they don't go again. So I guess we are done now. Everyone who's out on track has finished their lap. It's going to be Dark in his first race in ISRL with 4/10 lead. In first. If he does keep that up, we might have another Marshmallow situation on our hands where we're going to have to promote him again. Kloonberg, P2, that's a good result for Kloonberg. Yeah. He's had some trouble here and there on certain circuits this season. Solid front row start for him. I'm sure he's going to be happy to be at the front. Mivako, our championship leader, on the second row in P3. That's honestly probably where you want to be. On a race like this, with this straightaway, it's just like Russia, where you got such a long run down that... It's almost an advantage to start in the DRS, or not the DRS, but in the Splitstream.
Yeah, and you mentioned Dark getting his first pole position straight off of the academy, but they've got the two championship contenders literally right behind him on the second row, who, as you mentioned, are going to get that slipstream. I think turn 1 is going to be very, very chaotic.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if our two championship leaders are 1 and 2 coming out of turn 1, or if we get some crazy 4 wide into turn 1. I'm hoping to see some action, but yeah, like you said, Mivako Richie on the second row. D-Mords with a good result here, a good qualifying to start 5th. Azen in 6th as well. Estunik in 7th. He is... I would say that's pretty on par with his qualifying. He seems to be more of a race pace kind of guy. Always seems to start on the 3rd or 4th row there, which he's been able to convert into some pretty good race results. So par for the course for the Alpha Tauri there. Built and Matt a little bit further down the order than he was wishing for, I think, down in P8. Joe Dimaz in 9th. ISRL X slipping into the top 10. But for ISRL X, and this is going to be the issue, he's starting on very used tires. And he's going to be the last car on those worn tires. Joseph Cozy behind him, Luciano behind him, Maverick and Chomo all on fresh tires because they starting outside the top 10. So I think ISRL X is going to be under pressure pretty quickly here in the race. Fallen Monkeys in P15, Hartman Esports 16th, Yend in 17th, matching his championship position. So I think he's going to be looking to gain some positions through the race. And then it's the deck and in 18th and Catastrophic as usual. Not qualifying.
On purpose.
On purpose. Yeah, that is his strategy. We want to make that clear.
Allegedly.
Yeah. In 20th is going to be Krago. Because joining through qualifying, he's just going to hop into, I believe, actually, I don't know what car Krago's going to be in.
Want to take a guess?
I thought we had only one Haas, but...
Yeah, I thought we did too.
I think we have two because Maverick is in a Haas.
Yeah, and Kloonberg, the other one. Maybe I don't know. We'll just have to see. He will start at the tail end just because of missing quali.
Yeah, I mean, we'll figure it out when we load up, I guess, because I'm kind of at a loss here. But yeah, waiting for quali right now. We're just waiting for the designated tier leader. I think that's Estunik in this tier to ready up. I'm glad to see no drivers jumping the gun today. And no, it's I think Estunik is the first one. Yeah. Yen rendered up pretty quickly, but I think that's all fair game. Yeah, let's go back to our live stream chat. Milan is saying tacties, bro. Yeah, tactical starting on the last rows worked out for Catastrophic very well this season. I'll give him that. He lets him start on the harder tire compound. He basically stays out of trouble, and next thing you know, he's near the podium. I'm just gonna quickly adjust my audio mix. Just because I just realized it was still set from another game. So there you go. I think stream audio should be a tiny bit better now. You're going to be able to hear the cars a little bit more while still hearing us just as well. If this has made things worse, guys, please tell me in the chat. Yeah, Jordan's saying Kata's doing his last to Driver of the Week challenge, and it's worked twice so far. I think we're going to have to start leaving him out of the vote there because if he keeps doing it, I think he keeps deserving it, but I also think at that point it's not as impressive if you're able to do it every week. It's more of a... it's more expected. So, not to take anything away from Kata. I'm just because it's still very impressive to be able to go from 19th to the top there. But yeah, we're gonna. Oh, there goes Chilmo and Fallen Monkeys having a bit of contact through that tight section. And yeah, I'm hearing in the background that just giving Mo a little left tap, he says. But that's going to be cold tires for the both of them. Driver that I'm very curious. Let's look at tire strategies here towards the end of this lap here. And wow, looking at the guys that are starting outside the top 10. Yeah, there's the Ferrari there, and then Yen, the Deck, and Craigo, and Catastrophic. I'm surprised by this one, starting on the softs. Normally, his MO is always to go on that harder tire compound, and making it further in the race. And I don't know if he's expecting an early safety car with the with the turn 1 that we have here in Mexico, or if he's expecting just the soft tires to be just that much faster through the race than the mediums. But switching it up today, it'll be interesting to see. Drivers are just getting lined up here.
And we'll be watching for Ix, sorry, just on the start for sure. We keep on mentioning this 3 extra laps on his compared to everybody else. Got to keep an eye on him.
Absolutely.
We're about ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. We see him there on the left row there, 5th car back. That's the Alfa Romeo, or Romeo that you're going to want to keep an eye on. But as we're going to get started here, you can ignore the lights on the screen unless I tell you not to. Glancing over at Fallen Monkeys. And actually, we are getting the real lights here. There you go, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, held him up for a while, but it's lights out, and here we go in Mexico. That's a great start from Mivako. Look at that. Already.
Horrible start from Kloonberg.
Yeah, Kloonberg with a bad start, and Mivako's already near the front. He's going to be right next to Dark there going into turn 1. Oh, and Dark's going to just chop him off there, but that's all fair. Oh, in the back, I'm seeing a lot of cars and a lot of people changing positions there. Don't think there's been any spin-outs. Dark's getting a very good start out in front. Mivako and Richie, P2, P3, D. Mortz as well, getting himself up into P4. Aizen holding position off the start. So it's a Williams to an Alfa Romeo to Ferrari, Renault, McLaren, and then a Haas. That's your top 6 right now off the start. Kloonberg, which is a disastrous start, dropping 4 positions early.
He got so much wheel spin off the start. I was on board with them. And you could just hear it, just stuck in 3rd gear. So much wheel spin through the longest straightaway. One of the longest ones on the calendar on the first lap.
And ISRL X actually got an okay start there, getting himself up into 8th place. He got past Bilt and Matt. And is there somebody that's dropped positions here off the start? Yeah, Joe Dimas has dropped positions here off the start. So I'm not sure what happened there, but bit of a worse start there from the Mercedes. And
something we haven't seen yet this season is Mivako falling back from another car. Dark is extending his lead, and Mivako's under pressure from Richie.
Yeah, we're getting a bit of a scoreboard glitch here. Don't pay attention to that too much. It is Dark in the lead, and then it is Mivako after him. The top 3 right now are further down the grid than they should be. Or that they're displayed, rather. But look at that, Dark already starting to build a bit of a gap there as F1 and Richie starting to come under pressure. Or starting to pressure Mivako. And these guys, I think if they want to have a chance to catch Dark, and who's looking very strong right now, they're going to have to not fight.
The leaderboard that can't even figure out the gap between Mivako. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Joe Dimas. Okay. I was trying to figure that out. But, I mean, still, look at it. 2 seconds after 3 laps on the championship leader. That is mighty impressive.
Yeah. Now he has been battling a little bit here. Watching Demorts, who's trying to slide in there. So I feel like Mivako is probably spending a little bit more of his energy right now on defending. Actually, we're gonna pull up the telemetry. And yeah, look at how hard Mivako is pushing right now, trying to defend from F1 Richie.
And all that movement is just helping Dark, get those maybe 2 2/10 faster on the straight since he's not having to swerve back and forth to break the slipstream. I'm surprised. Well, there we go.
Goes Jens.
Just about to say. Yeah, well, he did it in the pits. I was just about to say, was expecting a lot more, not action, but maybe some carnage, but everybody looks to have gotten away pretty decently.
Yeah, I mean, everyone making it through the first couple turns. Okay, Joe Dimas had a spin, and then he had another one at the back of the pack. Apologies for that. Then pitted on the hard, so he's going to be going, till the end of the race, hopefully. I think those hards are definitely good to last until the end. Running on board with the Stunik here as he is hunting down Klunberg in 6th. But look at that, the gap starting to form a little bit already. And who's that behind? Looking at it, Bilton Matt thought about sticking that front wing in there. ISRL X cutting him short on the corner there and going wide right after. That's not going to do him any favors.
Yeah, that's that 3 extra laps of quality, I think. Just getting a lot of understeer, and now he's going to be under pressure. 2 cars behind him, Bilton Matt and Cozy, both getting a slipstream. DRS
is open. ISRL X defending the inside line, but what this is doing is that it's letting Bilton Matt just drag. Oh, that's very close there. That's a good save from ISRL X, but Bilton Matt cutting the corner. Oh, and there's been a spin in the back. I just caught that on the other side of the room. Catastrophic. Losing the rear end, and then Fallen Monkeys had nowhere to go but into the rear of him. And I think that's a broken wing from for the Mercedes. Trying to peek over at his, so a bit of a broken wing there. But let's go back to this battle that we're having ahead. Bilton Matt, cutting ahead of ISRL X, not giving him much room. They're very lucky that didn't end worse.
Yeah, I'd say for Bilton Matt, lucky X didn't get spun out, because then I would have definitely said he's probably got a penalty coming his way, because he did kind of chop him off. Probably didn't expect him to still be there, but luckily they're still good.
That's Azen going very deep there. Look right through into the runoff. He's turning the car around, and I think he's retired from the session. Looking at how that car is driving. Going very, very deep in the runoff there. I think he's just hit the wall. Might have been a little bit of contact there.
Yeah, I have no clue what happened, but I don't know why you'd want to leave right now. It doesn't look like there's any damage. There's not. Hopefully he can maybe
it might have just been an unfortunate disconnect too. It might be worth re-inviting him just in case.
Sure.
Let's go back to our battles here. Look at this front pack here. They're keeping up with Dark pretty well. I do have to say they're only 2-3 seconds back, and this is despite a little bit of fighting. But Mivako's actually dropped a couple positions. He's behind F1 Rich. He's behind D-Morts now. There you go. Azen's back in. So I think that was just a result of an unfortunate disconnect here. Or something or the other. But bad for him. He's dropped all the way down to 17th now. Only the 2 Mercedes behind him.
F1 Richie just picked up a time penalty. I mean, we say it every week. We have to look at it every week too. They always play a factor. I think this one may be just sector 2 through the S is going to be the main place where some drivers might try and cut some corners. But other than that, this might be one of the few tracks where we don't see. Oh,
here goes Klunberg. Mivako just dropping positions here. And I think it's because of how hard and how he was pushing in that opening lap or so, because he used up all of his ERS, he used up a lot of rich mix here, and I think he's had to step off, and he's had to start cooling off his engine, regenerating his battery, and as a result, he's just been dropping positions. So maybe just a bit of energy mismanagement there from the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, we're seeing some things that we don't usually see from Mivako, as you said. Got to cool the engine down, trying to recover some ERS, and to be honest, one thing we haven't brought up: this track eats away ERS like no other. There's hardly any major braking zones other than maybe turns 1 and 4 to save it, but ERS management is crucial on this track as well with such a long front straightaway. Yeah,
you do have some good braking zones, but like you said, they're a bit far and few in between, and with that long straight, you need... Oh, who's had a spin there? I think it's the Ferrari. Yep. Ferrari of Luciano, he's gotten going, no damage on that car, so I think probably just losing the rear in the S's. I feel like we're going to see that a lot through the weekend.
There goes Demort's on Richie.
Not done yet. Now he is. There you go. And getting ahead before the brake zone. This is a good race for Demort so far. It looks like the two Academy drivers making an impression in their first race here.
I mean, if you want to move up, you just climb the ladder. I mean, while you're at it, you know, win the if you're dark, you know, win the Academy, grab pole position, get a 3-second advantage, and then have another Academy driver right there in second. So, you know, proving that the Academy could really show some good talent.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's been working so far because Mark Smelt is in Tier 2, and after these races, I do have to say, I mean, Dark and Demors are making a good case for starting next season at the very least in Tier 2.
Oh yeah, and we'd love to see the competition. The more competition, you know, the better. The more action we and all you guys get to see at home wherever you are. Do appreciate everyone tuning in, of course.
Absolutely, we have
some good action.
Quite a few viewers right now on the stream. Jordan is asking, is Dark... Yeah, Mivako in the pits. Jordan is asking, is Dark a new driver? Don't recognize his name. Yeah, he just won the ISRL championship in the ISRL Academy. So this is his first race in Tier 3. This is where he was going to get promoted no matter what at the end of the season, but since he's clinched the championship, we decided to bring him up a little bit early. Chris is saying, no, we already have enough competition in Tier 2. Chris, if you want to dominate, I got this tier for you. You're looking at it right now. Yeah, Chris, one of our longtime Tier 2 drivers, and thank you for stopping by, Chris. We'll see you on track just after this race.
Maybe.
But Mivako, anyways, back to the actual strategies at hand. Mivako's down into 14th after that pit stop. Managed to find a little bit of a gap, I think.
Yeah, and I'm going to keep an eye on him. He's going to hopefully look to come out ahead of Kloonberg and Bilton Matt, ahead of Kloonberg, as he was behind him when he pit. He's trying for the undercut. He went onto the softs.
Yeah, and and crucially here, nobody else has pitted, so no one reacting to that undercut attempt by Mivako.
So and he's obviously going for a 2-stop.
And
so hopefully for him, now he's catching some traffic though.
Yeah, exactly. Getting caught up behind the racing points is Mivako, I think. And who else is pitting here? Yeah, Bilton, Matt, Stunik, Joseph Cozy, all diving in the pits there. I mean, I feel like that means Hartman is probably going to be coming in a little bit later as well, just to match his teammate. Let's take a look at our tires here, and yeah, look, 8 laps on the softs. So when people seem to be starting to want to get rid of them, and catastrophic up into P8. So despite that half spin, when he pits, do you think he's going to be trying to go for a 2-stop, maybe take advantage of that pace he has right now, or is he just going to be pulling his usual let's stay at the front and hope for accidents kind of strategy? Because we've seen him change it up today already by going on the softer tire at the start.
We know catastrophic. He's very aggressive, you know, whether he wants to, you know, do the conservative strategy or not.
Here goes Mivako on Craigo, passing the slower Renault, obviously on the older tires there. Mivako on the brand new softs. And, looks like there might have been a bit of a kerfuffle there in the stadium section as, look at how close he's getting to catastrophic. His teammate diving out of the way there. ISRL going to pit, so that's going to be one less car to worry about. And Mivako, I think he's just going to take advantage of this lovely DRS train here. And
Mivako gets ahead of Kloonberg.
Yeah, so the undercut has worked for Kloonberg. And it definitely, despite the traffic, has worked for Mivako.
He was behind both Richie and Kloonberg, and you mentioned it looked like he was struggling. but I'm getting 2 positions. He's going to look
Oh,
to dive
here goes
down the inside.
Mivako. That was very close. Both drivers locking up there. Catastrophic giving just enough room. And around the outside, he's going to try himself. And Catastrophic getting a moment, forcing Mivako even wider. Both drivers pushing it as far as they can. And they're keeping it clean, but they're not giving each other much room here.
Both cars almost entirely off the track. Now, this is going to be crucial that they keep their line through here, and they do. And now, oh my goodness! It looked catastrophic. Nearly sent Mivako into the wall, but he's able to get the move done now. Finally,
this has cost Mivako some time. I'm thinking more in terms of the undercut he was attempting to Dark, who is in the pits right now, but he's already moving. He's already got going again. And so
Mivako is rounding the final corner now.
Yeah, and he might be able to get past D-Morts. He's not going to be able to get past Dark just because, well, he might have a chance into the braking zone here. It's going to be very close. And yeah, side by side there. Still side by side. There you go. Mivako trying to force it around the outside. Just gets the move done. D-Mort's on the colder tires. Couldn't fight that as well. But he does have fresher tires now. So I feel like Mivako's going to have some defending to do here in the coming laps.
Yeah, and for Mivako, the undercut somewhat worked if we're going to talk about in terms of Dark. The gap was about 3.1, 3.2, down to...
Well, not even. The gap to Dark was 3.1, but that was the gap to D-Morts. Mivako was down in 5th. So it's worked beautifully for him, even with that battle with Catastrophic. Yeah.
Yeah. But saying that he does pick up a penalty. I think that's his 2nd penalty of the day. He's got 6 seconds.
That was an absolutely beautiful camera shot there. I know not much action was happening on the screen, but I didn't want to change because I was mesmerized. F1 Richie, though, getting over to the rear of Craigo here. And Craigo's not doing bad. He hasn't pitted yet. He's on the medium tire, starting on the harder tire compound, so I feel like F1 Richie is going to get past the Renault here, but every lap that F1 Richie doesn't get past this Renault is a lap that he's getting further from D-Morts, Mivako, and Dark. And look at this, down the inside, that's going to be an easy move with DRS, done before the start-finish straight. I think oh, yeah, go ahead.
Dark went onto the mediums, and as you could see, Mivako's cut about 7/10 since the last lap into that lead. D-Morts is sticking with him as well. But yeah, Dark is going for a different strategy, or at least the order in terms of Mivako.
It is very possible that Dark is going to be putting on that second set of softs at the end there. So if I'm Mivako, I might not want to push this current set of softs all the way, just so I can have a little bit more tire life on my mediums towards the end of this race.
Got to think long term a lot of the times, and it's hard when you're in the moment to think of to take steps to plan ahead. But if you're Mivako right now, it's definitely what you're going to want to do. Now, 5th to 10th, they still, or Craigo the Deck and Luke Knox still have not pit. They started the race on those tires, so around probably lap 17 is probably when they'd be looking to get off and go on to 2 sets of softs.
Seems about right. I mean, you could always start on the mediums. You have that flexibility to go onto the hard tires should you choose it, and that would last you until the end.
D-Morts clearly has the tire advantage about 3 laps, and he's really starting to get onto the back of Mivako.
Oh, I was following the 2 Mercedes. I think we've lost one just now. Yes, Fallen Monkey's spinning at the end of the last corner. He's going to dive into the pits. Yes, he's lucky that's not a real race. Because it would have been handed a nice little penalty by the FIA stewards. Of course, not as big of an issue here. Dark, actually, he's starting to maintain that gap, isn't he? Mivako's closing up, but now it seems to be hovering around 2.4 seconds for the last couple of laps.
That's got a lot to do with Mivako being pressurized by D-Morts, and that's allowing also Richie to close in on the pair as well.
And D-Morts, yeah, like you were saying, a 6/10 behind Mivako. We should see the Renault at least attempt a move here with DRS down the main straight. But we're lap 14. We're getting close to the halfway point of this race. Still have not had any safety cars, no big accidents. Oh, look at that, trying Mivako to switch it around the outside. He's gonna have to tuck in though, and yeah, Diamort's getting ahead there, and Mivako's gonna have to get that position back.
Yeah, it's interesting. As you said, he probably doesn't want to push too hard right now. So I think maybe just count your losses at this point, lose as less time as possible. But you know, if he's got it, if he's able to, go for it.
Exactly. I mean, even then though, it's still a long race. We still have 22 laps to go, and there's a lot of time and a lot of things that can happen. Let's tune in here. We got a good battle going on for 5th place. It's Krago, Estunik, Bilton, Matt. So 3 teams fighting for that pretty high-paying 5th position in terms of points here. Definitely a position you do want to finish in. And Krago, who's yet to pit, is going to be under fire from these guys. And look at Estunik thinking about it, going, "Oh no, I'm way too far," and diving back. He's going to take a penalty for good measure.
He got a penalty for that. Wow. Interesting, but look at this. He's got a lot better traction than Krago through the stadium section.
Now, looking at our position graph here, look at that. Krago up 15 positions. It's absolutely crazy.
He doesn't need qualifying to get into 5th after 15 laps, but it might be 6th here before turn 1 as Estunik trying his hardest. He's got DRS open down the inside.
And yeah, there you go. Estunik up ahead. And that was an easy move as far as moves go. But now you got Built Matt right behind him. Well, if you're Krago, you got Built Matt right behind you as well. I think Built Matt's going to be able to pull off a similar move. Might have to wait until the next turn, though. And that's going to let Estunik start building up that gap and hopefully put himself out of attack range from Built Matt, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that was big for Estunik in terms of his strategy. Much fresher tires, spend as less time battling the older tire drivers as possible, and he did just that.
Ooh, look at Built Matt thinking about there. This can be. It's very tough to go side by side through those S's, and you can see him think, but not doing it. And he's gonna do it here into the stadium section. Good move, good attack from Built Matt. Now he just has to set his sight forward on to Estunik, but look at that gap, 2.3 seconds already. This is exactly what Estunik wanted.
One thing I've been noticing, one driver in particular who's racked up some penalty, F1 Richie, and that's not a knock to him, I've just seen his name pop up, it seems more than usual, or more than the other drivers, but gonna keep an eye on that as he's in 4th. The gap to Estunik is 10 seconds, so maybe not time to hit the panic button just yet if you're Richie, but just something to keep an eye on now. Also, really quickly, want to watch Jody Maz as the whenever the next
catastrophic on Chilmo. Had to go around the outside there into turn 1s and 2. Chilmo trying a little switchback, not going to get it though because well, I mean it's catastrophic, and he's on the softs.
That's what he's doing.
He's catastrophic's on the soft side, no knock on Chilmo right here, but when it comes to 2 tires on the exact same with the same amount of laps raced on them, I think the softs are going to have a tiny bit more grip. Yeah, so Chilmo falling down into 12th there.
Still earning some points though for Chilmo. Correct me if I'm wrong, but had a pretty good result 2 races ago, got some good points. He's always running, he's always in contention to get some good points, and then whether it's just driver mistake, bad luck, something always seems to catch him out. But
yeah,
now
it's
Krago finally fits.
He's had his fair share of bad luck. He's not doing too bad for himself in the championship. He's in 11th. Well, he's tied for 10th. With 63 points, but just ahead of him, Hartman and the deck with 66 and 69. So definitely is room for Chilmo to move up the championship ladder there with a good result, and I think that's what he's chasing here. As it stands, he is beating both of his championship rivals. So Chilmo, as far as races go, he's having a race he wants to have.
Yeah, and it's really where you want to be. You know, I mean, obviously, if not first, within a good championship battle halfway into season 3. Can't believe we're already halfway through it.
Yeah, this is the halfway point.
Just to a great battle.
Yeah, halfway point of the season. It's crazy how quickly things have gone. Good save from Mo there. I saw that rear end step out a little bit. It's very easy to do around that last S. It's kind of a sharper turn than the rest. And Dark takes a 3-second penalty. I think that's the first time I've seen that one pop up. But have we seen D-Morts take any yet? Because D-Morts is only 1.9 seconds away from Dark.
I don't believe I've seen his name, but I will look. He doesn't even have a warning. He's clean.
D-Morts might actually be looking very strong here for a win if he can keep this way. Tuning into Mivalko and F1 Richie again. We've seen a lot of these guys on the stream throughout the season. We're going to see some more here as F1 Richie is finally getting closer to the Alfa Romeo. Looking over the chat, Morphus says, let's go ISRL. Morphus, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the comment. Let's go. Let's go. He's right. We're getting some good battles here. And F1 Richie down the straight here. He just needs a good exit. Is he going to get it? ISRL X takes a penalty.
Definitely got a better exit.
Through DRS, I don't think Mivalko stands a chance here. F1 Richie comfortably cruising past the Italian Alfa Romeo. I know, I'm just saying that to annoy Billy. I know he can hear me. Billy being this man right here, ISRL Esports, who apparently hates it when I mispronounce words.
I think he just likes making fun of your Canadianness.
Yeah, he's from Florida, so.
Yeah.
I mean,
bless him.
I'll give him. We got to give him some wins here and there because clearly.
Not in the game.
Yeah.
Now, though, Bilton Matt and Stunek. Speaking of which...
Woohoo! That's a big moment. Stunek going off-roading there. That was a rally-style drift, but saving it, keeping the car out of the wall. It's going to cost him a position, but it's better than costing him a race. And
I'd be somewhat upset if I were him, though, because Bilton Matt did kind of clip his right rear tire there.
Yeah, it might be worth an investigation. We're going to have to take a look after the race. For now, though, is Stunek going to be looking to make a comeback? Oh, I thought he was going for a move there. Oh, here comes Mivalko.
Yep, Mivalko into the pits.
But here comes Stunek. I don't know where to look.
Knowing it's Stunek, that one got him angry. He's gonna come right back at him and not take any, not play nice at all.
And I thought the battle was going to be done till the main straight, but Stunek trying to make a move into the stadium section. And with DRS here, is he going to be able to do it? Bilton Matt's blocking the inside line. Stunek diving towards the outside. And then with this switchback corner here, you just got to hold it. No, you can't. You got to hold it around the outside. You got to force your car there so they cannot take the right line through the next corner. And Stunek opting to play nice, and instead he has to try again into the next DRS straight. Here comes Bilton Matt on Stunek again. Stunek's going to try to dive through the inside again. Oh, he's going to get wheels on the grass. Both drivers getting wheels on the grass. Both drivers keeping it on the track, though, in the end. And around the hairpin, as close as ever here between these two. And Bilton Matt with some good defending there. Stunek some good offensive moves. We're going to have to wait yet again for the result of this one.
Yeah. I think he got some dirty air. The back end just stepped out.
Yeah, big moment there. He's not. He has time to get back into DRS range here at the stadium section. He's been good here through the day. So if he can just get just a little bit closer, is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? Yeah, he did. So he's going to get DRS there. Told you he was going to be able. I think he did get DRS, and down the back straight he goes. He's going to have another chance at this. Is he going to get it? Yeah, there you go. So with DRS, just barely. Oh, yeah, look at that. And look at this. Feeding right into a battle here. D-Morts and F1 Richie. I don't think they quite know what they've gotten themselves involved in here because Bilton Matt and Stunek have been going all out for the past couple of laps. And we've just had the leaders feed out of the pits right into them. This is getting saucy.
It's, for lack of a better term, I completely agree. And now Dark, 23 seconds ahead. Quickly want to point out quickly, does he have to pit again? Because I don't think he does.
I think he did. What tire is Dark on? We're gonna look at this. I think he has to pit again because
so this is gonna set up to be a crazy finish because these guys are still just waiting on Dark to join them.
Yeah, oh, here comes Mivako on Estunik. That one was pretty easy. I think Estunik's going to be hoping to get a little bit of a tow there. Obviously, these guys that just pit, feeding out in front of them, they're on the fresher tires, aren't they? So, one thing I do want to point out though, I think Mivako's undercut has worked again. Because
he got passed up. He was behind. Oh my goodness, it was Richie, wasn't he? He was behind.
Yeah,
Richie.
He was behind Richie, and yet again he's ahead. So Mivako just getting some free positions through just good pit strategy here. In both cases, though, I think he's lost them again due to just having older tires. But right now, it's only a lap older, so I don't think that's going to make much of a difference. It's going to be about race pace at this point.
We're well aware of the race pace that Estunik has, having been racing with him for a while, and everybody at home watching him, just always in contention, never backs down from any fight. So it'll be interesting to see. When will Dark pit? That's the big question.
I do want to say I think he's gonna have to pit here, because I've seen some people get off the mediums long before the 20 lap mark. In fact, I don't think anyone's been on the mediums for 20 laps this race, and that's how long Dark would have to go on these tires to make it to the end. So at this point, it's more of a when does he pit. If he waits too long, he's going to lose a lot of time. But the good news for Dark is that with these guys fighting, they're actually fighting in pairs here. We got Mivako and Built Matt, and then we got F1 Richie and Estunik going at it at the same time.
Places, boys.
Yeah. So 2 moves there happening on the back straight. We only got to see one of them because of the camera angles, but regardless, yeah, here we go. They're battling, and this is actually helping out Dark here. And to a certain degree, D-Morts.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it's definitely helping out D-Morts, because I think D-Morts is more focused on the win and battling with Dark. Could we see maybe 3 pairs of cars changing positions once Dark finally cycles through his pit stop?
I mean, if you're asking me what my wish is for Dark to come out right between D-Morts and Mivako. But if you're asking me for a realistic wish, my wish is for Dark to come out right between D-Morts and Mivako, because if he doesn't come in, that's going to be what's happening.
Yeah, Estunik is noticeably having some trouble on that last sharper S turn that you mentioned a little bit before. He's dropping back a little bit, nearly spun it again. He's rally car-esque today, saved a lot of sticky situations, and he pits.
Yeah, then this is why I think Dark is going to pit soon, because we're seeing Built Matt, we're seeing Estunik struggling on those tires, and they're only 14, 15 laps old here at most, if you're counting that out lap. So,
I think this is actually really, really smart by Estunik here.
Yeah, another driver going for the undercut here, and it seems to be working very well on this track.
He's opting for the soft medium, which now in hindsight doesn't really look like that bad of an idea.
No, absolutely not.
Medium soft.
It's the one thing I will give this race is that it's given us some good strategy. But remember, I did say this at the start of the race.
Was that rain?
Exactly. That's exactly what I was about to say. I did mention this at the start of the broadcast. We are getting a wet-ish finish. I don't know how wet. I just know that there will be rain, and as you can see, it started to fall. And is this what Dark was waiting for? Is this what Built and Matt was waiting for? And did Estunik just compromise his strategy here?
I completely forgot about the rain.
Oh, who is that? That's Klunberg. That's a safety car. That's a
And
safety
that's
car,
the
and Mivako, Richie right outside the pit. Is Built Matt going to pit? No, I think all of these guys are going to wait out the safety car and hope that it rains enough at the end to be able to put on the inters, I think.
Still too dry, still way too dry right now.
Exactly.
But and Fallen Monkeys just went a lap down to Dark. I'm 99% sure he'll be able to get that back.
Yeah, if Dark lets him by, I think he should be able to, but treading on board with Dark right now. I'm just trying to see where Kluber went off, and yeah, it looks like ran that wall there, probably got loose coming out one of the corners, and it's hard to catch it. That wall is a lot closer than you'd think it is.
It really is. It almost like a Science at Russia-esque kind of catches.
Oh, who's this? We're getting some gamblers here. Sorry to cut you off there, but Cozy, Chilmo, Krago on the intermediates already.
I don't know. The rain does seem to be moderately heavy, but I still think it's DRS is still enabled, and we say it all the time. That's the key indicator.
Well, here's the thing: is that because of the safety car, if it is disabled, we're not going to be told. It's very possible that it does switch off and it just never reopens because of the safety car, and he's going to go on the inters as well. So now I'm thinking, with those guys at the front, have been better to pit on the first time around, because Demor's Mivako were just past the pit entry. I was riding on board with Mivako when it came out, actually. But F1 Richie, Built Matt, they had a chance to go and hop on those on those intermediate compound tires, and they didn't.
Yeah, hindsight's always 20/20 though. I think in the moment, I think it was still too dry, but and we had no idea. Yeah, look at Demort. It's definitely time for the wet weather tires, and Demort's, no pun intended, has been left out to dry. Is the only one sitting up in second, still on the slick, so that's gonna hurt him. Catastrophic. He's done it again. Up into 6, he's gonna get the inners on, come out.
Ooh,
probably
what's happening here? There, that was I think it's Fallen Monkeys almost having a little bit of a.
I'm not allowed to overtake.
Pass with Demorts, and I think he's going to be. Yeah, he's going to be stuck here. If Fallen Monkeys wants to get his lap back, he's just going to have to wait till the safety car comes in, and then eat the illegal overtake penalty on the restart, and just go before everyone else, I think. Because if you pass under safety car, you're basically just going to get a drive-through, and or a harsh penalty, or disqualified if you pass the safety car itself. So if he wants to get his position back, he's just going to have to be patient and just go early. I think I wouldn't be surprised, mostly because he can hear me say this, to see him kind of go early. I do want to point out, Demorts has not pitted yet.
Yeah, and I was just about to say, maybe he might have some saving grace. The gap's 25 seconds. I look away.
He's going to go now.
It's at 9 seconds. Yep. So there he goes.
Yeah, because they have caught up to the queue, right? Which means the guys behind are now allowed to break the delta. They're allowed to go faster, which means Demorts has just cost himself quite a few places here. He's going to be coming out behind Built and Matt.
Built and Matt, yeah. No further than that, I don't think. Yeah. And Catastrophic, he's done it again. I don't know how he does it. Into 7th place, Chilmo and Krago up into 8th and 9th. The Maverick looking strong in 11th. Jody Maz with a good recovery. And then the usual suspects plus Dark at the front. And Demorts. And to be honest, I think Demorts, he's still going to be okay. It could have been a whole lot worse, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it could have been a whole lot better as well.
Worse. Yeah, but it really could have been a whole lot better. He's very lucky to still be in fifth.
Yeah, so maybe just thinking that either the safety car was going to come in before it was too wet, or not really expecting how much rain we're going to get, because it really did get cloudy and start raining rather quickly here, because I was just about to point out, I was like, hey, remember how I said it was going to rain at the start of the race? Well, it's getting pretty dark. I was gonna say it's getting pretty dark. It's getting cloudy. The clouds have moved in, and I think the rain's imminent. And right when I said that, I saw I was about to say that you pointed out that the first drops had fallen already. So this rain really moved in rather quickly here, and it's kind of, I think, ruined a few drivers' strategies because. And like Estunik, he pitted. It didn't even look like it was going to rain yet when he pitted, and within a lap or two, it was interest time.
That's horrid luck for Estunik.
Oh, absolutely.
But, it happens to everyone at some point. So just count the losses, do your best from here. And I'm glad to know that ISRL Knight has a career in weather forecasting after he's done with broadcasting in ISRL.
I'm gonna stay at the TV channel. What? Well, there's clouds, so
so there's a chance of rain.
It's gonna rain.
It's gonna rain.
all right, folks. The weather today is, as I peek out of my window,
rain.
Enjoyable.
Yeah.
All right, gonna take a look at our chat here. We haven't looked in a while because there was some good action ahead of the safety car here. We got Morphus saying he's going for the move, and Epic's scrap. I think he quite enjoyed that battle we were having earlier. And Jediant saying some great driving from the Tier 3 boys today. Nice to have Jediant back in the chat here. He said even though he's not going to be driving for the time being, he's going to be stopping by the live streams. So staying true to his word is Jediant, and it's nice to have him. Nice to have him in the chat. And I think safety cars should be coming in soon here. We're just waiting for Hartman, I believe, to catch up to the queue. Oh, what's happened in the back here? We've had a spin. We've had two spins. Two spins.
Oh my goodness.
ISRL X. Yeah, and the safety car's in the slap to make matters worse. And so ISRL X has had a spin behind Maverick, and then he's had to slow down and let Maverick by.
Did Richie make contact? There's a lot of people getting 5-second collisions. Is Richie one of them? Because they were close.
They definitely were. We are going to have to look at that. There aren't going to be any pit stops, so there's a very good chance that some of those penalties are going to get waived, especially if they were the ones getting hit.
Oh, this is not. He's going so slow. He's basically at a stop.
He is allowed. He's the leader.
You can't. Wow. There's some cars stopped on the track. Now it looks like they're finally able to get going.
And yeah, there he goes. So off to the races. He is the leader. He is allowed to back that field up as much as well, especially in a slow section like that. But it looks like only Mivako was able to stay close to him. So it's going to be Mivako. Look at the back here. F1 Rishi, Bilton Matt, and D-Mort's going at it as well. And that's Bilton Matt up into third.
Whoa, what a move.
Oh, getting loose there. Look at F1 Rishi trying to work it around the outside. Not going to work, though. And Bilton Matt moving up here.
This is very, very treacherous. Look at all the debris just flying around. The rain's pouring.
And around the outside, they're going to try again. Bilton Matt and F1 Richie side by side. And once again, it's going to be Bilton Matt staying ahead. And in the back, it looks like everyone's gotten going rather okay. There was obviously that moment right before the safety car restart. We saw a ton of penalties pouring in as the field kind of collapsed on itself. But that's definitely going to play a role at the end here. We're going to have to look at how those collisions happened at the stewarding, I think.
Darko had a slip. He had a slip in the S section. The gap went down from a second to 6/10, and it's still coming down now.
He's managed to save it enough to stay ahead, but yeah, like you said, Mivako right behind him.
Yeah, and now the straightaway, no DRS, obviously. He's going to get some slipstream, though. He has to get a good exit. Be very careful getting back on the power, especially in the wet out of the final quarter now. And
it's with DRS off, it's going to be a lot harder for Mivako to make a move here. And yeah, a gap like that, you're not going to catch up to him. In the back, though, it looks like, we've had a spin. That's Joe Dimas. Yeah, Bilton Matt, F1 Energy, D-Morts, they're still fighting, but they're not nearly as close as these guys. Here's Chilmo, the two Alpha Tauris, Estunik and Krago, having a good old scrap in the back. Look at that. Oh, that's a little bit of contact from the Renault of Krago onto the back of Estunik. No harm done, though. All drivers walking away with no damage there. But yeah, with this safety car so late in the race and these variable conditions, it's going to be quite chaotic from now until the end, I think. And look at how packed up the field. Oh, who was that in the back? Azen with a beautiful move around the outside of the Ferrari. Just slipping in there. That was very good from the McLaren.
Very good. Well done. And a word that I actually, not to toot my own horn, but a word I used to start with the interchangeable conditions, chaos. And that is exactly what we've gotten here. And we've still got 6 more laps.
That's a yellow flag. Who is that? That's catastrophic. So there you go. Catastrophic is having such a good race. And I think I don't know if there's contact, but he's lost it. All that work undone.
The rain, correct me if I'm wrong, it's raining sideways on board here with Richie, and it looks like it's getting heavier.
It might almost be wet time for wet tires, but I don't think any of these drivers are going to be pitting for wet tires, not with 5 laps to go.
I'd say maybe if we had 10 or so laps left, maybe, but yeah, just not enough time, not worth it.
I'm on board with Mivako, and I can see that standing water on the side there. You can see how slow they're taking it, and I mean, do you think? I'm trying to do the math here in my head. Like risking it versus putting on the wets and catching up, and oh, there goes ISRL X retiring from the session. I don't think it's feasible, not unless it really starts to just like it's a full deluge here, and it rains so hard that you don't have a choice.
If there's a typhoon or a hurricane above, then that's the only time I see maybe, but you know, it's too late now. There's no way. You'd lose so many positions with the field so bunched.
For what it's worth, in Canada last week, remember there was that heavy rain late in the race, and we got a safety car and after the safety car, I pitted for intermediates despite the field being bunched up, and I was able to actually catch back up to ahead of where I started. And it was kind of the same situation. I think I had a couple more laps to go, obviously, but it is possible.
And I stayed on the wets and regretted it and lost 5 positions. So all depends on the situation. Two AlphaTauris having a good battle. They seem to have always, every race at least met up with one another at least a little bit. Student gets past Cozy.
So Cozy, in that back. Red Bull, he has, but if I'm Cozy, 8th place. That's a good result for the Red Bull driver.
Great result. And Chilmo, that's P7.
I mean, it might be 9th at this point because Craigo gets past them as well. But anywhere in the top 10, if I'm Cozy, I would be very happy with. Definitely one of his better races this year so far.
Stop the jinxing while you can.
I'll switch over to another driver and pretend Cozy doesn't exist.
4 laps left. Mivako, it just looks like Dark's. He's just from the class of the field today, and a shocker, really, not in terms of not expecting it, but just first race. Correct me if I'm wrong. Pretty sure first race out of the academy. It just showing us that he means business. He's for real.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can see it.
And in just because I know I have a feeling some of these tier 3 drivers are gonna hit me up after the race and go, oh come on, like you took out you took out Marksmello and you've just given us another OP driver in the Williams. And I gotta say this has been quite an exciting race, and even though he has been out front the whole time, I think he's been sweating for it the whole time because Mivako was close to him, D-Morts was close to him, F1 Richie had a challenge at one point, and it's certainly not been easy for Dark here.
No.
I think he's just racing a great race.
Yeah, it's been one of the best races to watch in terms of just, I don't know, it just seemed like a well-executed race by an overwhelming majority of the drivers today. In interchangeable conditions, plus a couple of new guys as well. Not a very well-driven race by, I think, everyone today. I think everyone could be proud of the race that they did.
And, I do have to agree. F1 Richie is actually getting a little bit close to Bilton Matt. I wonder if we're going to see a move for the podium here. But I think, and obviously, we saw a ton of penalties under safety car. I think the stewards are going to have a bit of a head scratcher trying to make left of right from those ones and see who's actually at fault. I have a feeling we're going to get a lot of them reported at the end of the race. It might actually, it might affect the final results quite a bit, at least on screen and what we see on stream there. But I do rather get this feeling that the final race results aren't going to be anywhere close to what we're seeing on the end of the race scoreboard here.
Well, to be honest, when are they ever?
Yeah, this is true.
But I, you know, regardless of the result, I think Dark has definitely put everybody on notice, and me included. This is a well-driven race.
Absolutely.
And, Mivako too. I mean, you know, obviously we've known Mivako, Richie, but to still stay with them, you know, just proving it even more that he's not to be messed with.
Absolutely, and he's it's definitely been an exemplary drive there. Definitely making, I would say, good cause for driver of the week here. First race in the main ISRL tier, and he's put in that performance. So definitely some great driving there from Dark.
I'm gonna wait to nominate my driver of the week until after the race is over.
Good,
so I don't.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Like we said, it's possible for Mivako to be the one standing. I don't know how many penalties he's taken compared to Dark.
Yeah, Dark I don't think has at most 3 seconds, because I definitely have not seen his name pop up more.
I've seen him. I've seen his name pop up once that I remember. Yeah. So he has 3 seconds. I don't know what Mivako has though.
I think either 6 or 9. I've seen him come up at least twice. We'll just have to see.
Actually, Hartman and oh, look at this battle here going on. Oh, Hartman gonna dive into the pits. He almost had to. Trying to avoid the Ferrari there at the last corner. I think he actually had to cut that last corner just to not make any contact. The Haas of Maverick had to slam on his brakes, but look at this. We're getting a battle in the rain here. 4 cars at the back of the field into turn 1. Who's going to be ahead? It's going to be the Ferrari Lucianox. No, it's not. It's going to be Hartman around the outside. Again, making a bit of contact. Hartman has to take evasive action, and that's going to let Lucianox go again. And look at this on the inside. Maverick trying to have a go, and they're side by side. Look at that. Side by side up the straight. And is Hartman going to have a peek as well? He's going to slot in behind. It's going to be the Ferrari and the Haas. A switchback from Maverick. And Luciano and Maverick. There's contact. Hartman's going to get caught up. And this is going to let the racing points catch up. It's going to let the oh, and there goes Hartman down the inside, muscling his way through. That's going to force Lucianoc further down. I think Hartman a little bit angry at Lucianoc there. That wasn't his fault the previous corner. Catastrophic's going to get around the Ferrari. And this race is just ending. This is ridiculous. This is the before last lap for these guys, and they're still fighting as hard as the first one.
They're fighting for 4 points at maximum for 13th place.
Is absolutely crazy, and they're still going at it. There goes Luciano. Oh, he's going to have to cut the corner for that one. And right into the racing point of, I think that was Catastrophic. Now the racing points are going to go at it. Luciano, though, realizing his mistake, he's going to let the racing point take the position here. And I think that's... we actually have another battle here going on. D-Mort's and Astunik for 5th place. And oh, look at that! D-Mort's is spun! I don't think that was contact. It might have been a little bit. But D-Mort's is spun, and Astunik's going to move up into 5th. Chilmo's going to move up into 6th. D-Mort's going to drop all the way down into 8th place.
Prego from 20th to 7th on the last lap.
That's absolutely crazy, and I do want to watch a replay of that, because it kind of, like, they were going into that corner side by side. I think D-Mort's lost it on the acceleration, but it's very possible that Astunik had a bit of contact there. But wow, okay, what a finish we've had here. It's gonna be Dark coming around the final corner. That was absolutely insane at the end. And Dark is going to be crossing the line here. He's going to win his first race in ISRL. It's going to stay. Yes, he's going to keep the win there after penalties. Mivako staying so close to him. What a battle here. And in third, Bilton, Matt, and Richie, they're still going at it right up until the end. And are penalties going to affect it? It's going to be It's going to be Built and Matt.
Built
Oh,
and
just
Matt
barely.
on the
Just barely. Both of them evening out on the penalties. The Stunik losing it after the finish line there. Chill Mo. Oh, look at that. The two Redos are going to jump. Oh, look at that. The Alpha Tauris. The Alpha Tauris, okay, so the Alpha Tauris finishing 5th and 6th, but because of penalties, they're going to drop to 8th and 9th. So, and Hartman, that's a glitch, but
take the screenshot, Hartman. Take the screenshot.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a screenshot for Hartman here because he's gonna want to share that on Facebook with a minute lead over second place, no less. Yeah, D-Morts, I guess, despite that spin,
he just spun.
Yeah, he got spun, or just spun, or got spun by a Stunik, and he's going to get 5th place either way. So I guess D-Morts breaking even there at the end, but it's going to be interesting to see. Maybe he could have passed somebody else. Hartman getting driver of the day. I think the game thinks he won. I take a screenshot of that one too, Hartman.
Oh my gosh. Hartman.
Farrell going dominant win for Hartman. He's actually getting the podium celebration too. So
that is hilarious.
Yeah, so obviously we want to make it clear that's a glitch in the game. Hartman did not win. As much as I would want him to win this race, Hartman did not win this race. We're gonna have to go look at where he finished there, because that was some. Unless everyone was just taking so many penalties that that Hartman's won. Oh, best lap time, 12 seconds for Hartman. So yeah, definitely a glitch there. Dark actually had a fair amount of penalties, I think. It's just that Mivako had more. A lot of penalties, look at that. But yeah, it's going to be Cozy, Krago, Stunik, Chill Mo, Azen. You're going to do -1 to the number next to these guys to know their true finish. I don't know where Hartman finished, though. Maverick, Catastrophic, The Deck, Luciano, Joe Dimas, Fallen Monkeys, and your DNFs. There's ISRL, Ix, Kloonberg, and Yend. That was an exciting race. That's all I gotta say. I feel like it was a slow start, and then towards the middle there with that safety car, everything just kind of got turned up to 11, and wow, what a finish we've had here. Yeah. We're going to try to get some of these drivers here in for an interview. Dark with his first win in ISRL. In his first race in ISRL, Mivako with a great championship defense here. That's going to help him fend off F1 Richie. Finishing second, Built and Matt getting a podium after a drought of not being on the podium. Didn't get to celebrate in the cutscene, but he is actually on there. He's in third. For Williams, F1 Richie in 4th, D-Mort's in 5th. That's another very good debut. Krago in 8th after starting 20th. And I do have to say, if there was a real driver of the day here in game, not Hartman because of the glitch, I think Krago would have been the one to get it. That's a great drive from 20th to 8th.
Absolutely.
Yep. Going to go get these drivers in. Should have probably turned the party to public, but yeah, I better. Exactly. We had a lot of comments here in the last couple races, in the last couple laps. Could barely keep up. Farrell saying Hartman better than Sweet Crown. Jordan saying yes, Sweet Crown must have taken over the controller. Yeah, dominant win for Hartman. Everyone's just cheering for Hartman with the win. Not the real one, but yeah, let's exactly. We're gonna, I think, Hartman with the unofficial win here. I think I'd make a good interview. I hope he got his screenshot in, because I don't think we're gonna see a glitch like that happen again in the near future. So invited the drivers to the party, and I'll let you, Cardell. I'll let you start the interviews here. Is in here, I believe. Dark, if you could just say hi to us quickly, so we can test your microphone.
Hi.
Sounds good. All right. Sounds good to you too, Nick?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So, Dark, first race in an official ISRL
actually,
tier.
pause. I think we don't hear Dark on the live stream.
Do we not?
Yeah, so Dark, you're going to have to just go to your party settings and make sure your voice is allowed to be shared. So you just got to go to party settings and then you allow voice to be shared and type always allowed. Okay, perfect. Should work then. I'll stop interrupting. Let's get on with the podium interviews.
So Dark, yeah, as I said, first race in the official ISRL tier after moving up from the academy. Pole position, race win, pretty much controlled it throughout. Was there any really point of worrying throughout the race when Mivako was catching you at the end?
Yeah, exactly. One of the warning points was when it started raining and I changed the tires and Mivako was pressuring me a lot. But then I could open a gap and be more calm. And on my first stint of softs, D-Morts I couldn't open a gap for him, and he was always being faster than me on Sector 1 and 3, but on Sector 2 I could gain back, but still it was kind of nerve-wracking.
Absolutely, that is a first career win and a first career start in Tier 3 for Dark. The championship leader, Mivako, joins us now. Couldn't quite get him at the end of the race. Still happy with second, though.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with second, but on my side it was really frustrating Grand Prix. My stints on the soft were horrible. I didn't get the grip that I wanted, but at the restart of the safety car I hit Dark just a little bit and I got 5-second penalty, and if you see the gap from P1 to P2 it's 4.9 seconds, so yeah, I think I'm gonna go to the stewards because it's not fair. It was just a little tick and I had 5 seconds. It's really frustrating if you see it from my side.
So yeah, sounds like we have to stay tuned if it comes down to a 10th. Stewarding has to work it out.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
I got the 5 seconds as well.
You did? Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, I did. Okay, congrats with your first win.
Yeah, we'll still look at it during stewarding. And to round off the podium, Bilt and Matt, they're in about pretty much the entire race. Had some good battling going on. I'm sure you're happy with third. Is there? Did you do the maximum you think you could have done today?
I did more than the maximum, to be fair to you. I didn't expect a podium from where I was starting. And when the rain came, I thought that was it. But my car seemed to stick in the wet a lot better than it did in the dry, so I'll take a podium without a doubt.
Absolutely. Alright, this has been Mexico. What a thrilling race. We kind of all saw it coming and it came to fruition. So Knight, I'm going to let you take us out.
Yeah, honestly guys, just before you guys all leave the party there, great race. I know, I think it was that Bill didn't get to celebrate on the podium because of that glitch, yeah, it was, that was an exciting race. Y'all had some pretty good battles, and I hope we see a lot more of that in the near future, but until then, it's been a great Mexican Grand Prix here. Round 9 of 18 at the ISRL Season 3. We're past the halfway point. We're officially on the back end of the season, and I just want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in. Thank you for everybody who liked the stream, watched, dropped a comment, liked us on Facebook, whatever it is. Thank you guys for supporting, and we will see you next week. It's the Singapore Grand Prix next week. And then we got a break week after that. So, yeah, don't go anywhere. In 20 minutes, we got Tier 2, and that promises to be quite exciting as well. We got some new drivers in there, too. So, that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll jump offline now, and we'll see you guys in 20 minutes for the ISRL Tier 2 Mexican Grand Prix.